going on, everybody? This is the one and only your boy Honcho J23 coming to you live with another edition of Independent Scene. Real quick, I want to welcome you guys to the platform. I am truly honored to be here in the building with you guys, bringing you guys another episode. Definitely shouts out to my uncle that's, take this, putting this down for me. Shouts out to him. Real quick, I got a dope artist in the building. He goes by the name of E.Moron. He's a dope North Carolina artist. He's been putting in the work out here all over the streets. So we're gonna chop it up with him, to see what's good. And then I'm gonna let you guys feel free to like, comment, subscribe, the whole 9 yards, and we're gonna jump right into it. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, my guest at this time, E.Moron. Yo, I got my man's E.Moron in the building, y'all. What's good with it, man?
What's good, bro? How you doing?
Good with it. Everything good, man? How's life,
yes,
man?
Sir. Life is good. For right now, it could be a lot better, but yeah.
Okay. So real quick, man, I've had you on the show, over, I want to say maybe 3 or 4 times, man. I've always enjoyed every time you stop through and chop it up with me, man. So give us an update on you, man. What's been going on in E.Moron's world, man? What's been going on with you?
I just been kind of in a bubble right now, ducked off, just observing, just listening to a lot of new artists from my area, listening to a lot of playlists, just real deep in thought.
Okay.
From all the stuff that's going on, like in the country and around here, and it's like hard to digest because I'm used to losing people. I'm used to it because I lost a lot of people early.
Right.
So it's like hitting hard now.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So in all the music that you've done thus far, like, how do you feel that your music basically sets the standard for what's going on around the world?
I wouldn't say my music set the standard personally. I would say I learned a lot from like the OGs, like the old school, like it started off with Snoop.
Okay.
And T.I. T.I. was actually my first favorite rapper.
Okay.
Yeah. I grew up, like, me and my brother used to ride around listening to T.I., but as a family, we would ride around listening to Snoop. So it was like, I was in it early and learning how to maneuver and everything like that until, like, I started rapping.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then it's like, this is what I want to do, so I'm not listening to much else.
Right.
But I remember I wrote my first bars, my first bars was when I was like, I don't even remember how old I was, but it was like in my grandma's living room. Like we had like a little group.
Okay.
But like I was writing and they would perform and I would do the raps and everything like that.
Okay.
But I wrote my first bars to the Shoulder Lean from the Drop 3, Lil Wayne's. It was live from the 919.
Okay.
But on the Drop 3, it was, what was it? Oh, live from the 504.
Okay.
So, yeah. And that's when I just started dreaming, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And, planning my life, basically.
Okay.
But everything didn't work out as planned.
Right.
But, yeah, it goes on.
Okay. So let me ask you this, so being a part of Carolina, man, and being, an NC artist out here, man, what's been one of the biggest things that you've noticed about North Carolina that has really brought North Carolina up in the music ranks?
Brought North Carolina up in the music ranks?
Yeah.
I would say J. Cole.
Okay.
I started listening to him early.
Okay.
Because I was rapping like Wayne, where that was like exercise for me.
Okay.
It's like different words. I would hear him rap and I would just fill it in, just make it my own.
Okay.
And then I listen to Cole. Well, yeah. Let me think about it. Yeah, I started listening to Cole and that's what made me switch my flow up. Cause I'm like, he rapping like this in this bar, but then he's switching it up. So I'm like, dang, I could do that too. And I like how he pieced it together.
Right.
Like one bar, then he go, then he go, and then he go. And then I started listening, like, I went to Florida. I think I was a sophomore.
Okay.
No, it was the summer after my freshman year. I went to
Okay.
Florida,
Okay.
and I just started listening to Ye heavy,
Okay.
heavy. I had my brother's iPod,
Okay.
and I was listening. He had a lot of stuff up there, so I was listening to everything really.
Right.
But I gravitated towards like Ye,
Mm-hmm.
Outkast,
Okay.
Drake a little bit.
Okay.
Well, back in the day, I was bumping Drake a lot.
Okay.
And then, what was his name? Dang, I feel terrible forgetting. Music.
Okay.
Yeah, I listen. Well, I grew up with the old school anyway, so I listen to that all the time. Cause I remember my mom and my brother used to fight over the radio. He wanted to listen to Cisco, and she wanted to listen to Foxy. So it's
right.
it was like boom, boom at both times all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So it's
right.
like, what am I gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly,
And I always felt like I was gonna be something, and I always felt like I had to be something.
Right.
That's just how I felt, like all the time. Like,
Right.
it was wild.
Okay. So with that being said, so you've been at several different venues performing. You've been a part of Carolina Waves. You've been a part of open mic shows and stuff like that. So what's that like? Being able to perform and despite what's going on with the whole pandemic and things of that nature. But what is it like being able to just get back out there just a little bit and just really show the people what you're about?
To be honest, I've been around, but I haven't been in the crowd recently, as of late. It's just, I just had a lot of going on. I got a lot going on.
Okay.
Especially this year. It was just tough.
Okay.
Tougher. But I ain't really talking about that right now. Just because, maybe later. But
Right.
yeah. But yeah. Cause I had first, when I started recording, it was in 7th grade.
Okay.
I was recording on an MP3 player.
Okay. I remember the MP3s.
Yeah. And it was the year before that, that's when I lost my granddad.
Okay.
And it was just something holding me back from it before, because I grew up in the church and all that stuff.
Right.
So it's and the time period, I was born in '94, so it was just a lot of that stuff going on, don't do that, don't do this, you can't say this, you can't do this, you can't do this, cause just wait till you grown, basically.
Right.
And then you get grown and you dang, this shit is real. And then you
Exactly.
But at the same time, you can't let, you can enjoy music.
Right.
That's what music is for your enjoyment, for your entertainment,
Right.
to keep the peace.
Right.
So you can't, and it's about storytelling. You can't rap about something that ain't you.
True.
So that's all it should be. Even when even if you've been through hard times, rap about it. That's what it's that's what it's for. It's for caution.
Right.
It's because it's also expression too. You can't tell people what they can't express.
Right.
And then it's also caution for show you how, like I said, I learned from everybody else how to maneuver.
Right.
Sometimes you forget, you get lost. Like Gucci said,
Right.
you get lost in the sauce sometimes.
and that can happen. So let me ask you this. So with that being said, do you feel like with you rapping, do you feel like you're more of a conscious rapper, or do you feel like you're more of a freestyle rapper?
I think conscious freestyle, it's all conscious because it comes from your conscience. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? So but I get what you're saying. But yeah, it's all conscious. But what category would you say you got to put it in?
All right, so when I say conscious or freestyle, so I'm talking like hip hop, R&B, that that whole genre. Which field of music do you consider yourself to be more fluent in, more in the zone in?
Boom bap, Common, J Dilla beats for real.
Okay.
Kanye beats.
Okay.
But Kanye changed the whole game with the beats. You know what I'm saying?
That he did.
So it's you can rap about anything on any beat now.
Right.
And it's fun.
Right.
So, and it's that rush you get in the studio, especially when you're keeping it all the way 100. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I agree.
That's the best feeling.
Okay. So what is it about you know, and I think I asked you this earlier, but when it comes to the songs you put out, what is your message? What is the main thing that you want the people to be able to take away from your songs and your music and the music that you put out?
Hope and understanding, basically.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So, I'm gonna kind of switch the gears for a second. Just real quick, talk to us a little bit about, you know, your upcoming a little bit, and what was it like, you know, growing up as a kid and finally realizing like, yo, music was something that I really wanted to do. Like, what got you into wanting to really be like, yo, this is me, this is my life, this is my passion, like?
Just sitting in the my grandma's living room.
Okay.
I had took my brother's Carter 3 album, and I was just listening to that all the time, all the time, all the time, all the time,
Okay.
like back to back to back to back.
Right.
But yeah, and I also used to do dance. I used to take dance classes, so I was always surrounded by music and everything.
Okay.
I was surrounded by sports. I just felt like I had to do something,
Right.
because I'm the youngest grandson.
Right.
So it's like I had a lot to look up to. I felt like I had a lot to aspire to.
Okay.
Especially my name, like I go by Ox, but my real name is Malcolm.
Okay.
And my middle name is Jeffrey. So I was named after Malcolm X and Michael Jordan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's just like I feel like my whole life has been like an oxymoron. That's why I picked the name. Plus, when I was in high school, I started listening to Kendrick Lamar, Schoolboy Q. That was like, I would say 11th grade maybe.
Okay.
11th or 12th grade, somewhere around there.
Okay.
And I would just listen to that, and it felt like they was like, well, it felt like they was rap not only for me but for our generation.
Right.
Because we all grew up the same, basically.
Right.
And like, it's really, yeah, we all grew up exactly the same.
Okay.
So, and just as time passes, that's how hip hop is. Like,
Most definitely.
we look at it like it was so far ago, but it really wasn't.
Right.
Just like, I don't mean to go off, but
Yeah,
just like with slavery,
Yeah.
like they look at it in years, we look at it in generations.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it wasn't that far from us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you this, and I want to kind of settle this real quick. You know, a lot of people have been, you know, throwing this out here about J. Cole versus Kendrick Lamar. Who do you feel like if they was to go one-on-one with each other, who do you feel like is gonna take that number one spot?
Kendrick.
And why Kendrick?
Just because Kendrick caught my ear, like I was like, I'm not knocking either one of them,
Right.
but Kendrick just got that flow, that in your face flow, that heavy hitter flow. Like that's like, okay, like everything was cool until Big Sean took Kendrick's verse off Control. Well, he took, like when he deleted Control, like, come on, man.
Yeah,
like that's what hip hop. It's a sport.
Right.
It's if you can't take these words, then hip hop ain't for you.
Right.
Basically.
I agree.
But time goes on. He took some time off, just like everybody. Like, it's all about progression and growth and experiences, because everybody grew up differently.
Okay.
So, but at the same time, we all grew up the same, just different areas, different family situations. So.
Okay. All right. So my
But we all black people. So.
Fact. So my last two questions I have for you, man, is so, you know, we're right here close to the end of the year, man, and you know, a lot of artists are out here putting out, more and more music. You know, the more they work, the more the grind continues. But what can we, as the people that are listening to you and that are, that know of you, what can we be expected from you before the end of this year is out? I mean, what kind of music can we be looking for and expected from you?
Before the end of the year, there's really no telling. Like, to be honest, like, I might drop something. I dropped the EP on October 22nd.
Okay.
Because The Heart Part 3.
Okay.
Yeah, The Heart Part 3.
Okay.
Kendrick was like, will you let hip hop die on October 22nd? So I was like, I gotta drop something on October 22nd.
Okay.
I was gonna drop my album, but I dropped just a little preview EP with 2 singles that's already out, plus a new song called More.
Okay.
With Afro. Yeah, he used to be known as Afro Goat, but he's on there too. It's on all the streaming platforms right now. yeah, so I'm just kind of just rebuilding right now.
Okay. And so my last and final thing I want to get to, man. Of course, we all have been, of course, it's unfortunate we've been affected by this whole pandemic. Of course, the whole, Black Lives Matter movement, man. But what I want to know from you real quickly and briefly, how have you been processing all of that, and how have you been really, being able to still, work your way through this despite everything that's going on?
To be honest with you, Trump was just trying to undo everything Obama did for no reason.
Right.
For no reason.
Right.
And he caused everybody to panic. You know what I'm saying? Like the swine flu, that wasn't nothing but Trump saying Obama was a Muslim. If he was a Muslim, so what?
Right.
He's American.
Right.
Who cares?
Right.
And all this, it was just petty.
Okay.
And we lost way more lives with Trump than Obama.
Right.
Just because of that.
Okay.
Plus, Trump got everybody feeling like they can say and do and all of this stuff, whatever they want to say to your face without the consequences.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't right.
Okay.
And they've been doing it, but that's what makes, I ain't going to say it makes us better. It just makes us more equipped because we've been through it. But that shit ain't cool.
Okay, I feel that.
That shit ain't cool.
I definitely feel that, and I definitely respect you for that. Well, Oxy, I appreciate you, my dog. It's definitely been a pleasure, my guy, chopping it up with you right here on Independent Scene. You know what I'm saying? It's already goes down the way it goes down. Matter of fact, real quick before we go, let people know where they can follow you at, where they can tap in with you at.
You can follow me on Instagram at E.Moron. That's E.Moron with an E. You can find me on Facebook at E.Moron, like a full name, E.Moron. You can find me on Twitter at Moron, OXE. Also follow Repo Records on Twitter. You can check me out with my cooking skills on Ox Stays Fit. I've been posting some stuff that I whipped up. I also might be posting workouts later. I'm not sure. I'm thinking about it, but most definitely. Also, yeah, that's about it.
Okay. Well, like I said, with that being said, make sure you guys follow him, make sure you guys tap in with him, and I will see you guys next time. All right, so once again, guys, that was the one and only, the homie E.Moron. Definitely shouts out to him for stopping through and chopping it up with us. Make sure you guys feel free to follow him on all social platforms at E.Moron. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a dope artist, like I said, on the rise. Definitely somebody you want to be tuned in with and lock in with. And with that being said, this has been my time. I will see you guys next time on another edition of Independent Scene with yours truly, Honcho J. Let's get it.